telephone ready to dial 911 at the least little eruption of violence. "The damn prototype overshot my mark by 3 years," he muttered, talking more to himself than to her as he paced back and forth on her patio. His words didn't make sense, but he was insane. His words weren't supposed to make sense. Okay. So here I am, better early than late. As Maggie watched, he took a deep breath and seemed to pull himself together, then looked up at her again. "I'm Chuck Della Croce," he introduced himself. "And you don't know me, and I'm naked." There was a flash of chagrin in his eyes, as well as something that might have been amusement. God, talk about making a good first impression. "Is there someone you want me to call to come and get you?" Maggie asked, trying to remember what she knew about insanity. Was she supposed to back slowly away, speak softly, and keep from looking directly into his eyes? Or was that what she was supposed to do if she encountered a wild animal? Something about this man was wild, that much was for sure. The man shook his head, again trying to tame his hair, combing it back with his fingers. "No, I'm right where I want to be," he snorted. "Give or take 3 years. He took another deep breath. "I could sure use a pair of pants, though." He seemed to notice the gash on his shoulder for the first time, along with the dirt that covered him, and he swore again, softly this time. "And maybe the use of your garden hose to wash up?" Maggie hesitated. "Please?" he added, gazing up at her. What was it about him? "I don't think I have any pants that will fit you," she told him, "but I'll look. And yes, use the hose. It's in the—" "I know where the hose is, Mags." Sure enough, he seemed to know that the hose and the spigot it was attached to was inside the little garden shed built onto the side of her house. Maggie felt a chill run up her spine. How did he know that the hose was there instead of outside, the way it was for most houses? And how did he know her name? Mail. He could have checked her mail, or looked in the phone book. There were a zillion ways he could have learned her name. And she'd used the hose to water her fig tree just the night before, after the searing southwestern sun had set. He could have been watching. He might well have been watching for days. The thought was a creepy one, and she shivered again as she shut and locked the window. Why was she doing this? She should just call the police and have this man removed from her yard. There was surely some Phoenix City ordinance that prohibited people from walking around naked in other people's yards. She carried the phone with her as she went into the guest bedroom and opened the closet door. The small space was jammed with boxes of Christmas ornaments and Halloween decorations and a rack of clothing that she couldn't bring herself to throw out. But there was nothing inside that would fit a tall, solidly built man. Maggie had a muscle or two herself from taking long bike rides around the city, but at 5'2", she was seriously height challenged. She bought her clothes from the petite rack at the store. No, nothing she owned would even begin to cover the handsome, naked, extremely tall madman in her backyard. Her bathrobe, that might at least cover him. Of course, it was pink with little flowers on the lapels. A friend had bought it for her as a kind of a joke. Maggie was not, and never had been, the pink with little flowers type. She would be embarrassed even to show it to him. Still, it was the only thing she had that would fit him. And hey, he was crazy. Maybe he'd like it. Unless... Maggie quickly pulled one of the boxes down from the shelf. It was the wrong box, but there were only 2 others marked Christmas, so she knew she didn't have far to search. She found what she was looking for in the second box she took from the closet. A Santa Claus suit. Huge red pants with a drawstring waist and a red jacket with fluffy white trim and a black plastic belt sewn directly onto it. It was big enough, that was for sure. She carried it back to the bathroom window. Out in the yard, Chuck What's-His-Name had somehow hooked the hose to the old clothesline. He'd also managed to make the water come out in a spray. He stood underneath it, as if it were a shower, water streaming onto his head and down his face. The water made his muscles glisten and shine.